All right, so let's do an example of ADA programming using Moodle in ND class and Virtual Programming Lab. So we don't have ADA set up on the EECS server, so we're going to use the VPL administrators or developers website for that, their server. Setting up the VPL assignment right here. Typically you want to put a little short description in there too, and maybe a longer description to help the students out. The grade will be out of 100. I'm going to do save and display right here. All right, now I hit the the gearbox and go to execution options. I'm going to specify ADA 12, run, evaluate, and automatic grade. We're going to save, go back to the gear, and now we're going to take a look at, no, we've already done that, already done the execution options. So we have to specify the local server. Typically we'd fill that in here, but I'm not using the local server. I'm using the Spanish server for the VPL developers. Now I'm going to go over to the requested files. This is the template for the students, and this has to end with, I believe it's ADB. It has to be the file extension, and this is the program I'm going to insert in here. All right. I've never programmed in ADA before, but I wanted to make sure that it was possible to do it because I hear it's a pretty neat language. All right, so we're going to have the student modify this template by uncommenting that line in line 7. All right, so it's a hello world test. We want the student to be able to type in hello world or have their program execute and print out hello world. Next up, execution files. We need to specify what we're testing against. And so we're going to put the test case right in here in VPL evaluation.cases. So one test called test1, and we're going to be checking against this string right here. But this string needs to have, unlike some of the other examples, has to have a built-in new line. So that's how I did it between lines 2 and 3 right there. I just added enter before the closing quotation mark. All right, here's my template. I'm just going to copy the string right there to make sure that the students are going to use that, or excuse me, it's going to be evaluated against that string. All right, so I'm ready to turn over into student mode. So I switched to demo student, and now I see everything as the student would. So I can click on the assignment, or I can go through the grade book. Say I was checking to see which assignments hadn't been graded yet. I go in through the grade book like this, see it hasn't been graded, click on the assignment name, go to the edit tab, uncomment in the editor that line, save it, run it to make sure it actually works using the rocket icon, and it does. It prints out hello world. Fantastic. And now I'm going to evaluate it for grades. So use the check mark for that. Let's see. Did it pass? Yeah, I got 100 out of 100. One test run, one test passed. And it's just important to point out that the solution required that extra little enter in the string. Okay, next. I'm going to take a look. Yeah, in the grade book, I got 100 out of 100. Students should be happy on this. All right.